Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Wednesday, the 21st day of February. Today is Card Reading Day. It's International Mother Language Day today. International Pancake Day. I'm a fan of pancakes.
I am once in a great while.
I haven't had pancakes in a while. National Sticky Bun Day. I am a fan of sticky buns. Haven't had those in a while either. It's also National Grain Free Day. I am a fan of free grain. Oh, wait, that's different? Free grain is different than grain free? No, all of those things happening, and I'm excited to chat with Brian Quin. There's probably some people that know who that is.
I love him.
And others might know him when I say Q from Impractical Jokers. Here's the thing. We've talked to him before. We've talked to Joe, who is a former Joker, many times. We talked to Murr a lot, almost as much as I talked to you.
Yeah.
But we've never talked to Sal, ever. I don't know why he doesn't call. He doesn't write. Let's see if I can line something up. We'll be chatting with Q from Impractical Jokers coming up here in just a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. The old saying is money can't buy happiness. And as it turns out, it might be absolutely correct. A team of researchers in Spain did a little study talking to indigenous people and local communities worldwide to lead of people who lead full lives, despite the fact that they possess minimal financial resources. So they're going, you know what? Societies with low income still have levels of satisfaction that rival those in affluent nations. Of course, this flies in the face of what a lot of people think, connecting wealth and happiness. The results show that in societies where monetary transactions are less frequent, it says contentment may originate from the factors that don't have anything to do with wealth. A study of 19 communities, 64% had zero cash income, yet the people reported an average life satisfaction of 6.8 out of 10. This compares to the happiness score of wealthy Scandinavian countries. The researchers say the results suggest that rather than money, the value of social and cultural factors are more important in achieving life satisfaction.
I agree with that.
Here's the thing I'll say. I think too many times we compare ourselves to others, and here we are happy with what we have, but then we see somebody that has more than us, and that's when we don't feel as happy. Quit comparing yourself to others. You're never going to be as awesome as Heidi. I'm just saying.
And I don't think that happiness has anything to do with the amount of money that you have, but having to not worry, having the funds to not have to worry definitely doesn't hurt.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't.
The
Surveys
happiness level.
and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by Genesis Gold, IRA.com. Heidi, did you know that new treatments for depression could be on the way? Thanks to a discovery by scientists at the University of California, San Francisco. They found those with depression exhibit higher body temperatures than those without depression. Well, it remains unclear whether depression causes an increase in your body temperature or if it is the higher temperature that contributes to the depression. A new revelation here suggests that managing your body's temperature could play a role in alleviating depressive symptoms. So have you ever been depressed when you're hot? And you're like, I'm just too hot. I'm just depressed because of it. I don't think I've ever felt that way. I do get depressed when it's really cold.
Oh, I get very depressed when it's cold.
Flies in the face of this study.
Yeah.
There have been times where I'm like, oh, winter's horrible. Can't wait till it's not winter. So I don't know. This is not what they found, but I guess they're the smart ones.
But they're also in California.
That's true. They're the smart ones. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Have you ever wished Hallmark Channel movies would just be a little bit naughtier? Well,
no.
they're working on it right now. They're actually working on increasing the ratings, not like making more people like them, but like going up to like R-rated or PG-13 rated.
Oh, okay.
Because like a lot of those movies right now are very G-rated, so they're working on making them a little raunchier.
A little naughty.
They had their first ever Christmas movie, Sex Scene, a cowboy Christmas romance. That premiered last December. Kevin Costner made headlines last year because of his standoff with the Yellowstone producers. But now he's saying, I kind of want to come back for the final episode. So we'll see how that all goes. And
they'll bring him back. If he wants to come back, he'll be
agree.
back.
But you never know. And The Golden Bachelorette is officially in the works at ABC. The Golden Bachelor did very, very well. So now The Golden Bachelorette will premiere this fall. Details on the cast and the leading lady yet to be revealed at the time.
I haven't seen any of these, but I think it's an adorable idea.
Neat idea. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Facebook just celebrated their 20th birthday like a week ago.
Does that even seem
Yeah, it doesn't
right?
seem possible, but 20 years. We have been on Facebook over 10 years. Because I remember you had a Facebook account before I did, and we went to a friend had a divorce party, which I didn't even know that was a thing, but she had gotten divorced, and I went to school with this young lady, and I went to school with her husband, who she was divorcing. And we go to this divorce party, which I think was just kind of a joke, but we get there, and there was another classmate that I hadn't seen since like 5th grade, and he came to that because she was friends with him on Facebook.
Right.
And then that guy became friends with my wife on Facebook.
Yes, he did.
And then he was flirting with my wife on Facebook.
He was sending me some very inappropriate
So I'm like,
things.
okay, I guess I got to get on Facebook to defend my wife's honor.
Defend my honor.
Or whatever, I don't know. So that is why I'm on Facebook. Otherwise, I would have continued to avoid it. Now let's move on to this. While people continue to turn away from sodas in favor of water, Coca-Cola has introduced a number of wacky limited-time flavors to persuade customers to try Coca-Cola again. But the latest flavor, Coca-Cola Spiced, is supposedly going to be a permanent one. They announced recently the blend of traditional Coca-Cola taste with raspberry and spiced flavors is what this thing is. It'll be available in both full sugar and zero sugar varieties when it hits the store shelves in the United States and Canada in the coming weeks. It might be out now because I got this story, I don't know, a week ago, whatever. Spiced joins a couple other flavors that they sell, but they said they'll always have their original flavor as well, and they'll always have cherry, and they'll always have vanilla. So I drink a lot of water. I have not had soda in I don't know how long.
I used to drink a lot of soda. I hardly ever do.
It's been a bit.
And when I do now, it's like, whew, that's a lot of sugar.
And when I do, because there was a time I was going to have iced tea, and I picked up your glass, and I drank whatever that was, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's a lot different. I didn't know there was tequila in that. All right, scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Super excited to visit with Brian Quin. You might be going, Brian Quin, how do I know that name? You might know him as Q from the Impractical Jokers. A new season just kicked off last week, and we're going to be chatting with him right now. He is on a cell phone, so it's kind of cutting in and out just a little bit, but I can hear him okay. Hopefully you can hear him okay. Q, how are you doing, man?
Dude, I'm like having a blast, man. The days are getting longer. It's the spring around the corner. Feeling pretty good, man.
Q, we have been fans of the program from the very beginning. We've had a chance to meet all of you guys at a couple of different events. We've traveled out to see it because we're big old fans. We've talked to every joker on the radio except for one, Sal. We've never had Sal on the phone.
Sal, you send Sal a text 2 days. He's like West Union, man. Like, he doesn't answer. Like, you have to send it to the ether and wait a day or two for him to answer.
Q, that might have something to do with the fact that you guys put his cell phone on, like the thing hanging behind an airplane, and you put it out for the entire world to know his cell phone. That wasn't very nice.
No. You have that wrong, my friend. The reason we put his cell phone number in the sky is because of the way he is, not the opposite.
Nice. See, I guess I hadn't thought of it that way. Now, we've had a chance to visit with Joe a couple of times, talk to you a couple of times now, and we've talked to Murr so many times. I'm convinced he keeps writing new books just to get on the show.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to get worried about that guy.
So let's talk about the new season of Impractical Jokers. What can we expect to see on this season?
Well, we have, listen, I'm going to give it like the headline. We got Alf, bro. Remember Alf?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. It's Alf, man. That's Alf. That's Alien Life Force. Gordon Shumway, hit star in the 80s. We got him on the show. We booked him. We got the original Alf puppet. We got the original Alf Twitch guy, the original Alf, all that stuff. We bring Alf back to life.
I love that.
It's from the 80s, it is like, see our brain cells. Unbelievable. And then, of course, he's on the show, he's torturing one of us, which is even worse. Got a puppet torturing.
I love that. Now, Q, let's talk about Impractical Jokers. For maybe somebody that's listening that has never had a chance to see the show, maybe they've heard about it, maybe they've had a chance to see a little bit of it, but they don't quite understand. Explain, if you could, to the novice people out there, what in the world are you guys doing on this show, Impractical Jokers?
I say that I go, look, it's a hidden camera show where instead of the joke being on the public, the joke is on us. And we put ourselves in situations that we don't know exactly what they're going to be, and then we just mess with each other. We tell each other to say things, we tell each other to do things, and if you don't do them, you get punished at the end of the episode, and then it's one person getting a really miserable type punishment at the end of the episode. It's, it kind of covers it, I think. It's such a weird show, and it's been on so long that it's hard to really encapsulate, Now, shows up there, like I said, it has, like, we have a mythology show, we have returning characters, there's storylines that play out over seasons that you only notice if you're paying attention. So it's kind of it's some other, but hidden camera with a joke on us is the way I go. Does that make sense?
I like it. I think that makes perfect sense. Now, here's one of the things I would say. A lot of the time on a reality show, there's like one winner. On this, there's no such thing as winner. There's one loser, but it's kind of like no winners.
Yeah, dude, that is such an astute question. When we first picked the show, it was three winners and one loser, and the winners get to do something great if the losers left out. And as we were developing it, we were like, no, it's more fun to see someone take a loss and get punished. So yeah, that's a pretty astute question. But it's by design.
And I think it is so much fun to watch. It is one of our favorite programs. Again, the show is called Impractical Jokers, a new season coming out right now. We're talking with one of the Jokers, Q. Where can people go to find the show? It's in multiple places now, isn't it?
Yeah, we conquered True TV. It's essentially the Impractical Jokers network. So we moved on to CBS. But it's simulcast, but mainly on True TV. True TV is at home.
Very cool. Q, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it a bunch.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Again, the show is called Impractical Jokers. You can catch it on True TV. You can also catch it now on TBS. I've got all the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. And again, I apologize for the poor quality on some parts of that call, but thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The longest anyone has ever held their breath underwater is over 24 and a half minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a long time. That is a long time. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Athletes spit so much because exercise increases the amount of protein in your saliva.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I spit so much.
All
that exercise.
All that exercise.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
People who can eat whatever they want and still stay slim have slow metabolism, not fast metabolism. A lot of the time you think of that backwards. Huh. How about this? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Beavers don't actually live in dams. They live in a lodge built behind the dam. Well, that's pretty cool. Nice. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Flamingos are not born pink. They're gray or white. They develop pinkish hue to their flavor or to their feathers because of what? Do you know why? Do you remember?
Because they eat a lot of salmon?
No, they eat a lot of shrimp.
Ah.
Yeah, after eating a bunch of shrimp and algae, their feathers turn pink. I taught our son that, and then he looked it up because he didn't believe me. And then he was like, oh, wow, that makes sense now, because there was a song that he didn't understand why they said something about the flamingos. And he's like, oh, that's why they say that. And I'm like, yeah, you should listen to your dad more. I know stuff. And now you do, too. Several fun facts. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. A survey found 68% of people share secrets with this person. Who is it?
Oh.
I bet we've all done this. And then we've probably all regretted
your hairdresser.
It. Yeah, exactly. There. You ever done that? And you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have said that out
I probably
loud.
shouldn't have told, because she just told me 7 other people's secrets.
Yes.
I used to go to a place and she would grill me and she was like asking me stuff. But then she would tell me other stuff about other people, and I'm like, I can't tell her anything anymore.
Yeah.
So, and it's not always a she. It could have been a he, but this, in my life, it was a she. But, yeah. Hey, how you doing? All right. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A new dating app is exclusively for singles with good credit scores.
I saw this
as weird news because it's weird, but it's probably a good idea, really.
I think it's a good idea.
It's called Score. A limited time dating app for people whose credit score is 675 or more, developed by a financial wellness platform, Neon Money Club. Their CEO claims that Score is not out there to compete with all of the other things. He thinks this is a social experiment aimed at making people, A, feel more comfortable discussing money in a relationship, and B, better understand a person's finances before they, settle down and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why they say applicants who don't make the cut receive resources on how to improve their credit score. Although this will only be around for 90 days, they're saying it's not a publicity stunt. Stats show that people are more likely to start serious relationships if they have a higher credit score. By the way, last year it was reported that some young singles went viral for adding their credit score to their Hinge profile, whatever Hinge is. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah, but I've got a link to it if you're interested.
I wonder why they're only keeping it around for 90 days.
Because they're going, we're just going to try. We're doing this as an experiment to see how it goes. Huh. And if it goes well, it'll probably stick around. But either way, it's kind of weird. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. We started this yesterday, the most mispronounced words in the English language. And I've got the list from yesterday still on here as well, but we're going to start right here. Antarctica, or Antarctic. It's Antarctica. Antarctic.
Oh.
So a lot of people say it wrong. I probably have in the past too. How about library? No, it's library. L-A-H-Y, library.
What?
Yeah. There are people that call it like a library is another one that people say wrong, but it's library. Library. I don't know.
It's not library.
L-A-H-Y is the pronunciation part. Is that library? Maybe that is lie. Library. All right.
Okay.
Often, but it's actually often. You don't pronounce the T. A lot of people say often, but it's often. Specific.
But it's not spelled that way.
I'm just telling you what Merriam-Webster told me.
This is totally inaccurate.
Okay, well, specific is the other one, and apparently people say that wrong. And I've got more. We'll get to them tomorrow. We'll wrap up this list tomorrow. I've got all of the list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today is from G.K. Chesterton, who says, "The Bible tells us to love our neighbors and also to love our enemies, probably because they are generally the same people." Oh, here's the thing. I will tell you 100%, I love my neighbors. I really do. We've got one neighbor that has been kind of an interesting neighbor.
It's been a challenge.
But you know what? I still love my neighbor. I really do. If I saw something happening, I would do whatever I could to help. But I agree with G.K. Chesterton. Sometimes love our neighbors and love our enemies are talking about the same people. All right. That is your quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around these parts with some good news. And I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. I think this is an amazing story. Comes your way from Bent Harbor, Michigan. A customer left a tip of $10,000 in memory of a friend.
Oh,
How
wow.
crazy is that?
Yeah.
Can you even imagine? An extraordinary display of kindness and generosity. A customer left a staggering $10,000 tip for a waitress at a place called the Mason Jar Cafe, Benton Harbor, Michigan. The customer, who wants to remain anonymous, yeah, I would want to as well, had breakfast at the Mason Jar Cafe after attending a memorial service for a close friend. Got a check for $32, left an astonishing $10,000 tip. Still in shock from this unexpected windfall, Lindsay Boyd, the young lady who was waiting on him, recounted the heartwarming encounter, saying, "I just gave him a hug. He then told me that he left a memorial of somebody very dear to him, and he just wanted to do something really kind and generous in her name. His gesture goes beyond the extraordinary tip. He specifically requested this particular waitress to share the unexpected fortune with her coworkers, turning this act of kindness into a collective blessing for the entire staff."
Wow.
For the servers at Mason Jar Cafe, this unexpected windfall could not have come at a better time. It says, "We're not making as much as we do in the summertime, but everybody goes through things, you know? It's hard sometimes, but you never know what or who is going to bless you."
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that so much.
I think it's so
And I
cool.
love it even more that he wants to remain anonymous.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's really neat. So I do have a link to that story if you'd like to read it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.